Are you a highly sensitive person? Maybe most people's impression of highly sensitives is that they are introverted and overthinking. But in fact, these understandings are not comprehensive. Studies have found that although highly sensitive people are introverted, they have a developed nervous system, active imagination, rich inner world, and great potential. Therefore, sensitive characteristics should not be a disadvantage, but an excellent gift from God. In fact, among us, about 20% people are highly sensitive personalities, and they usually have the following characteristics. First, the fear of conflict. High sensitivity people become intimidated when confronted with conflict and arguments, so they are often ridiculed as cowards. But in fact, they do not want to argue with others, mainly because they are afraid that others will be hurt. For example, in the matter of quarrel, for extroverted people, winning a quarrel will feel great. But for some highly sensitive people, winning a quarrel will only feel guilty because they know how uncomfortable it feels to be hurt. Most of them will choose to be patient when confronted with conflict. Second, the low self-esteem. Highly sensitive people tend to be so perfect that they treat themselves very harshly. They will ask themselves to be helpful, warm, friendly, understanding, dependable, caring, etc. In short, everything must be done well without a little selfish behavior. If not, they will carry out intense self-criticism and then become even more low self-esteem. Third, lack of sociability. In fact, many highly sensitive people have a bit of social phobia, which is manifested as avoiding people when they meet them. Why are highly sensitive people so reluctant to interact with crowds? This is because they have the more developed nervous system that can keenly capture details in their surroundings and then think deeply and process the information. When they are in a crowd, they receive too much information, which overloads their brains and puts them into the state of exhaustion. It is precisely because of this manifestation that people often have some misunderstanding about highly sensitive people. Even highly sensitive people feel that being sensitive is a burden. But in fact, sharp nerves give them characteristics that ordinary people never have. And these characteristics give them the potential to become thinkers, spiritual leaders, and moral leaders. First, they have a strong sense of responsibility and a code of ethics. Studies have shown that children with sensitive personalities are less likely to cheat or act selfishly than children around the age 4. When faced with a moral dilemma, they also tend to choose the answer that is socially harmless. Secondly, highly sensitive people have a very high empathy ability. American psychologist Elaine Allen has found that empathy areas in the brains of highly sensitive people are significantly more active than ordinary people. This empathy ability makes highly sensitive people more empathetic to the emotions of others, and it is easy to communicate deeply with others. Because in the relationship, highly sensitive people can perceive more information than others, so they can easily grasp the key points from other people's words and understand others' minds. This gives highly sensitive people a social advantage, and it is easier to form deeper friendships. Third, highly sensitive people have a colorful inner world. An abundant heart can bring freedom to highly sensitive people because they can be happy without relying on others. At the same time, an abundant heart often means that their thinking is free and imaginative. Therefore, highly sensitive people are more likely to become writers and artists because both types of people need the rich imagination. Just like a great Dutch painter Van Gogh, his ability to paint exaggerated and colorful paintings such as Starry Night and Sunflowers is absolutely related to his extraordinary imagination. Finally, highly sensitive people also have sharper insights. Like Detective Conan, they are born with well-developed tentacles that can capture information that others ignored. Moreover, sensitive people also have the natural advantage in feeling beauty, and they can derive great pleasure from some small details. As the French sculptor Rodin said, life is not lack of beauty, but the lack of eyes to discover the beauty. Highly sensitive people have such a pair of eyes that can find beauty. So, a high sensitivity personality is like an A-B side of the tape. Although it has certain troubles, it also brings many advantages, such as the strong sense of responsibility and moral code mentioned above, and a very high empathy ability, a rich inner world, and keen insight. Taking advantage of these advantages, highly sensitive people will get the ultimate happy experience and achieve the more perfect life.